Hello 7th class. Today we are going to learn some different separation method. If two liquids are there and they do not mix with one another, like oil and water, because sometimes coconut oil, mustard oil, if you try to mix them in water, they will not mix. Such type of liquids we call them immiscible liquids. And if two liquids mix with one another, we call them miscible liquids. Now miscible liquids to mix with each other. They can be separated by distillation or fractional distillation method. But immiscible liquids, how will you separate? For example, here water and oil is there. So we'll take water and oil. Now how will we separate them? For that we need a separating funnel. This funnel is being shown known as separating funnel. Okay, what is there in this separating funnel? It is having a stopper at the bottom. It is having stopper at the bottom. Now this immiscible liquids are filled in this conical flask and stopper is closed. Stopcock is there. We'll shut it down. Now two layers can be seen here. When both the layers have settled, I will take a beaker and start this stopcock. The lower liquid will come first. When this lower liquid is completely gone down, I'll use the stopcock to close it. Now the second upper liquid is only present here. I'll remove this and keep another beaker there, and in that beaker I will collect the rest liquid which is present in the separating funnel. One more method, we call it sublimation method. This is a method in which on heating the solid substance does not change into liquid but directly changing into vapors. We are using in our house odonil, camphor, naphthalene balls, ammonium chloride or iodine like things are there. If we are heating them, they will not change into liquid, directly change into gaseous, and when they are cooled, they don't condense to change liquid, they directly change from vapor form to solid form. So we call this method as sublimation method. So in sublimation method, if you are having mixture, so we will take a china dish, a mixture, sublimable mixture with sand, for example, ammonium chloride and sand is there, and I am heating it. Ammonium chloride being sublime will evaporate and get collected in this funnel above, which is already been plugged with cotton so that vapor should not go out. Now what will happen after some time? Sand will be left in the bottom and all the ammonium chloride will be collected in the funnel, because on going up it will condense, because funnel is at a cooler end. So then I can collect them and separate easily. The last method which we want to learn, that is about chromatography. This is very sophisticated method in which substances, soluble substances generally in the solvent, we want to separate soluble substances using a solvent. For example, we are having, you can see leaves, they are having 2-3 pigments in them. When new leaves are there, they are light yellow in color, then they turn to brown, then after some time they turn to green. That means 2 or 3 pigments are there. How can we separate those colors of flowers? For example, ink is there having blue ink and red ink, or blue ink and green ink. If we are putting them together, can we separate them? We said yes. To separate them, we'll use this chromatography technique. The substance. So in this what? It's a working on the principle of adsorption, adding on the surface. Substance, solid, liquid or gas, called absorbate, forms a layer on the surface of another substance known as adsorbent. So what are adsorbent? Generally we are using silica dioxide, aluminium oxide, cellulose powder on paper, these type of papers. Sometimes chromatography papers are there, Whiteman number 1 filter papers are there. We call them chromatography papers. Okay, now how it is working? The principle of separation by this technique is very easy to understand. When you place a solution of mixture over an adsorbent, adsorbate is there, for example, blue and red color is there. You are keeping it on that adsorbent. Now you are putting that adsorbent again into some solvent. If you take cotton and you put one corner of the cotton in the water, what will happen? The water will start rising up. The water will start rising up. You can do this with some paper also. Take one paper and on one lower portion of the paper you put with sketch pen, blue ink and red ink. Okay, then you put that paper, not that dots which are there, just lower than that. You just put it into the water. Water will start rising on that paper, and after some time you will see the colors gone up. The color started going upside because water is rising up. So two components will be moving with different speed with help of water on that paper. The one who is having greater speed will go up, and the one who is having lower speed will be collected at the lower end. So this is chromatography. Let us take an example. He said cut a long rectangular filter paper or napkin and keep the tip of your pen for a while at a point about centimeter one end of the paper. The paper will soak ink of the pen there. Now let it dry. Now hang the paper with help of some clip or something on the small amount of water which is present over here. It will be here. With the clip I am hanging it over there. I will dip it in the water, or I can take alcohol mixtures. End of the paper should touch the water. Leave undisturbed for some time. Within few minutes you will observe water going up. With the water you will see different colors are also separating on the filter paper. And both will get separated at different height. That means blue and yellow, if we are coming, they are separated. I can tear them from here. Blue will be up and yellow will be down. So this is the principle in which chromatography is working. So different substances are there which will get separated. So you need to learn which substance is there, how it can be applicable to that. Okay, so this is the summary. In the end you will learn that there is a difference between mixtures and compounds. So please learn them as they are already given in the book. Mixtures are impure, compounds are pure. Mixtures, things are not fixed. In compound, all the substances are fixed. Components can be separated by physical method. In compound, components can only be separated by chemical method, not by physical method. Components do not lose their property in mixtures. Wherever in compounds, components lose their properties, and the compound form will be having different properties. Okay, children.